Good morning, everybody. It was a lovely night. I was warm and toasty because it's really all about the wind and the wind chill. Now that the sun's up, the wind's kicking right here down in the creekside, kicking at about 20 miles an hour, gusting up to 30. I didn't sleep last night because of hyperuria, and I've been having it for years. In this case, I really needed it. I needed to get rid of that excess, I put out about 6 pounds worth of water that I didn't need. People keep telling me to stay hydrated, and I keep telling them I can't stay hydrated. I have edema. Can't do that. It's a lovely day here. I think we're up to 39 or 40. It was 36 degrees last night. And you can see my blankets out there, drying, still from Starbucks. I don't give a shit. I'm going to let everybody know if they got my shit wet. Funny thing I noticed this morning, because I wasn't sleeping anyway, and I heard them clang, open up. They really have it. It's funny that within 24 hours after I make a video talking about the fact that they have palm oil in their food, also I make the accusation that they deliberately turned on their sprinklers and wetted all my wheelchair and my blankets while I was in a hotel. Actually, that night I could have stayed out. There was really almost no wind. That was Christmas Day night, Monday night. And but I did need to dress my wounds, and I did spend an hour and more than that. And the next morning, I spent an hour in that shower on that hot water and scrubbing up. I desperately needed it. If you let your hygiene go when you're on the streets, people don't respect you at all. And yes, you can hear me trying to light a cigarette, relight a cigarette. Anyway, in the distance there, you can see actually, I keep thinking that's one of the Round Rock water towers. Although the maps keep saying, well, there's the Texas typhoon. Just trying to show you something other than my ugly face. It'll be a lovely day. I think they said it'll get up into the 60s, but it's really all about that wind chill. And hopefully because I really do prefer to be outdoors, to tell you the truth. I already told you, the owner over here, I figured out pretty quickly he was not the hard ass that he pretends to be. He just has to be hard on people that he knows are strictly there to mooch off his customers and to trash the place and shit like that. He very kindly invited me to stay come in after 10 o'clock on cold nights if I want to. But as long as there's no wind, or if I can find another place out of the wind, it's really not the temperature. You can easily handle, with the amount of bedding that I have right now, you can easily handle sub-zero weather, provided the wind isn't moving. Wind is everything when it comes down to survival outdoors and stuff. The wind is your most critical factor. Temperature ain't shit. You can stay warm by a tiny little fire, provided the wind ain't blowing all the heat away. Any outdoorsman knows that. It takes very little heat. And actually, I've spent a lot of nights in my own home with nothing more in sub-freezing weather, with nothing more under the blankets than a hot water bottle is all it takes to. There's no need to heat that whole house when all you need is a hot water bottle. People are so stupid. I still see them because Americans I've run into too many Europeans and people from all other kind of countries that say Americans are horrible about overheating their homes, and I agree with them. I've been in a lot of homes where they're keeping it almost 90 degrees inside that home because they have at least one female in there that weighs about 80 pounds and wants to go around wearing a little halter top or tube top and short shorts all winter long. She wants to dress like it's summer all the time. And then people bitch about their heating bills. No, you need to be more like Europeans and other people and wear a freaking sweater and or a jacket inside your own home during winter. So it doesn't have to be. Actually, I can't stand overheated homes at all. Kind of losing my focus here a little bit. Anyway, I feel well this morning. Didn't really eat much yesterday. I don't think even 1,200, including cane sugar and a couple of coffees. Probably wasn't 1,200, 1,400 calories total. And you shouldn't eat when you. But I do ask y'all to watch the last video I made. Your Honor, I rest my cases. Oh yeah. I think it's going to be a pretty good day. I just need to limit my activities. There is one thing I need to try to do today, if that damn wind will stop, is there's a road right there. It goes down by that bridge. I need to investigate that area for potential winter, because we could be looking in the next month. We could be looking at some serious, that's usually when it starts, is around January. Get some serious ice, maybe some snow. And I gotta look for some kind of a place where actually there may be and yet there's like a city crew or a road crew down there, parked down there right now, looks like. Don't have my glasses on at the moment. Hope I didn't damage them by turning around here. But yeah, that's about the only place I can think of, because there is a paved street you can see right there that goes right down into. And in wintertime, there won't be any problem with mosquitoes or snakes. Won't be a problem. I'd like to scout that area out for putting up a tent. Keep the wind off of me and put all my bedding in there and get it all done up the way I need to, and with a little stockpile of food and water, because I don't drink, just like Mr. Comerford. I don't really require, and I try to keep my consumption of water to about 50 ounces a day. Sure helps with the edema. And Americans drink too much liquids. They really do. They just pound it down. They got a can or a cup or a bottle in their hand all day long. It's amazing how much money Americans spend on beverages alone. Overpriced bullshit like Gatorade. You can make your own Gatorade with actual like juice and shit. Anyway. That's pretty much the morning report. It was actually more comfortable before sunrise and less wind. And right now, feels kind of frosty right now. I know where I want to go is I'm going to go on the other side of that building. Although I know the wind is about the same over there. There's one little spot that's out of the wind. But I wanted to come over here and put a little pressure on Starbucks and let them know I'm watching their ass. The funny thing, the irrigation system wasn't turned on during the night. I wonder why that was. They didn't turn it on and soak that whole area like they did the night before when I was in the hotel. So that's about all I got to say. I know I don't sound very upbeat, but as you can see, it's a beautiful cloudless day. here in the heart of Texas. And at least you're not having looking at my ugly ass face. And you don't know how bad I wish I had just like actually that's down in the low spot. I prefer the high spot, which is the other way. It's south of here is really the top. I think the original entrance to the Henry Pfluger farm. But, last night I could actually hear them. The coyotes got them a kill right about there, about behind where that fire plug is at. They was chowing down on something. At least it wasn't a domestic dog. They will eat domestic dogs if dog tries to join their pack. It doesn't look like I'm getting very good focus. I'm gonna let you go now. That's about all I got for the morning report. I've been so out of touch with the world lately. I've been just focused on taking care of my shit. I have no idea why I even made a morning report. Other than let y'all know I'm alive. I'm in a good mood. Although the wind I'm sick of the wind. Absolutely. I was actually having trouble in the hotel because it was making me high. To be out of the wind and to be in absolute quiet was, I could hear the ringing in my ears from the endless wind and stuff. And it just made me high as shit. I didn't want to sleep. I wanted to enjoy the peace and quiet. I didn't sleep. I slept when I got out of the hotel, but I did lay down. And last night I got in a good, 6, 7, about 7 hours of horizontal, which helps with that's what allowed my body to get rid of that extra fluid. And I need to break this morning I've had one medium coffee, and I need to stick to that. I really have all the water on hand that I need. And I've got to get out of the habit of drinking, and have been for about the past year. I've been consuming as little water as possible. Americans are the most overhydrated people on earth. That's all a concept that's been sold to you by the Nestle company. They're in the business of selling you water and flavored water and shit like that. They have a vested interest in making you think that you're dehydrated when you're not. That's one of the biggest myths going around is that, oh, you're dehydrated. Please, I used to be an athlete. I'd lose 30 pounds of water in a single 3-hour workout. Now that's somewhat dehydrated. That's a 10%, well, more than that, 12%, 14% loss of body weight. Yeah, then you might want to have some fluids. But, most of your weight is not fluctuating an ounce a day because you're constantly sucking on some kind of bottle or cup of something. I don't think it's going to be much longer, but America is about to settle into another, and they keep saying that we're not, but we are. America's going to settle into another stagflation where people are going to learn they're going to have to cinch up their belts a little bit. And for everybody listening, I voted for Jimmy Carter because he promised some action, and he did do some action. He didn't, but in the end, I know a lot of y'all hate him because y'all didn't really work studying his economics. He was the one who instituted austerity and didn't embrace Keynesian economics. You cannot spend your way out of this stagflation we all knew was coming after Vietnam. He made sure he would never be reelected. He did things that he froze prices and wages. That's why a lot of you hate him and stuff. But I think he did hard things. But in the end, I don't really like his continuing efforts on behalf of the terrorists. That's the main thing I hold against Jimmy Carter is his continued backing of the terrorists. Later. Morning report over and out.